What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 8 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Today, we're trying out a Lugia team. This is a really cool team that Cybertron featured on his channel a while back, and I'm excited to try it out. It focuses on using primarily a multi-scale Lugia as your main Dynamax option and really trying to trigger that weakness policy for big damage. This team was built by ChaBoiTheReal, and if there is any sort of social media that I can find, I'll make sure to include that below. But I do like this team a lot. I think it does some really exciting things. That Lugia is something we haven't seen before. It has Moltres as well, which can do some cool stuff with it. Whimsicott giving Tailwind to really kind of help out this Lugia as much as possible. Raichu with an Assault Vest, which can help redirect some of those really scary hits. I mean, Lugia is bulky, but it can't really take everything. It also does have Grass Knot, which I think is a great tech. There is the Stakataka for Trick Room support. I think Stakataka is one of the most interesting Pokemon and most powerful, so it's cool to see that as well. And finally, there's Kartana, which just in the right condition can really just take over a game. And it does have that Focus Sash to help with its frail special defense. So I'm really excited to see what this team can do, and let's just hop into the first game. All right, first battle of the day, and it is a Zekrom team. It is Zekrom, Rillaboom with Thundurus, Comfey, Urshifu, and Torkoal. So this is really interesting because my opponent does have a lot of ways to trigger my weakness policy. So I think Lugia is really big, especially depending on what that first hit is. So, Raichu is tempting. Raichu is really tempting, especially Fake Out. So I kind of like Lugia Raichu as a lead. I think that is really the best option. I think Stakataka is tempting, but the issue really is that Torkoal. Whimsicott's not really doing much. This is hard. I think. Yeah, it's scary because of all the electric attacks. I think Kartana for sure, and then I think Stakataka in the back actually. I think that's a little bit risky, but I think it can really pay off. I think yeah, we're gonna probably want to max Lugia as fast as possible. Hopefully, I actually don't know. Raichu, I think outspeeds Comfey, so I can hopefully Fake Out before it can trigger the weakness policy on Zekrom, which can really hopefully help out with some damage output because being able to stop that immediate weakness policy even for one turn could be really monumental, especially if Lugia can get a solid boost. So this is tricky because I don't know if Zekrom is physical or special, but either way, it actually shouldn't be able to hit into. It shouldn't be able to hit into my. What am I trying to say? It shouldn't be able to hit into Lugia. So I think the better play is what does the most damage? One. I'm gonna max Quake into Comfey and Fake Out into Comfey. I think. I mean, I keep seeing so many special Zekroms that I want to think that this is special as well. And what I'm hoping is if I can stop the Comfey from proccing the weakness policy on Zekrom, I can be in a really good position. I also just really don't like Comfey. I think it's one of the most frustrating Pokemon to go against. So being able to target it down is really helpful because I think that'll put me in a really good offensive pressure or position. The thing is, yeah, Raichu potentially losing Raichu is really scary because Raichu is the only thing that's really keeping Zekrom from hitting Lugia for much damage. It can't really do much without its electric move, but I'm potentially risking losing that. But I mean, Raichu has Comfey protects, which is a very smart protect. Yeah, because Fake Out into it. But yeah, losing Raichu could be huge. So we are faster than their Zekrom, which is really good to know. We get a little chip. I guess that counts for something. So let's see how much this damage does from Zekrom, because we do have Raichu with the Assault Vest. So this is how much damage? This is 150. I think it's safe to say that the Zekrom is special. I want to say it is. And I think then Max Quake again into Comfy, and I could Volt Switch out. What do I have in the back? I do have. Oh, I only have. Oh, that's actually tricky. I think Nuzzle. I want to Nuzzle this Comfy. I want to try and paralyze it and just kind of put it in an awkward position. I should have probably hit into Zekrom now, because now their policy is procced, so it doesn't actually matter to avoid it. But I think the Nuzzle will be a big deal, because yeah, getting any amount of chip damage and paralysis to try and slow that Comfy down is huge. I do have Kartana, so it's not the scariest thing ever, but it also, I mean, it has just the most paper thin special defense, so it is a little bit tricky in that regard. Let's see. So yeah, they're gonna max Quake. This is where I really wish I had brought Moltres, because I could have pretty freely just brought out Moltres and gone for a hit into their Zekrom. I mean, not gone for a hit into their Zekrom. I could have just absorbed their Max Quake, which now I'm in this awkward spot where, I mean, yeah, I can bring out Kartana. I think Kartana makes the most sense to just try and get rid of this Comfy. Yeah, I think let's Max Quake the Zekrom. Their policy is triggered, and then Smart Strike into Comfy. And then it's just, yeah, it's figuring out how to deal with the Zekrom. We are seeing one of the issues with Lugia is it's oh, very good protect. Lugia is just so weak without its policy. And my opponent has recognized this, and like Lugia is not really doing much. It's getting special defense boosts, but so what? Zekrom, yeah, it takes hardly, oh god, that damage output is so low. And I essentially have to rely on the rest of my team for damage, and what I think is going to have to happen now. Okay, so they're going to max Wormwind into Lugia. I mean, Lugia takes it super well, but what am I going to do back? We're going to lose our max, and then I think the play still is now, what, I have to rely on Stakataka in the endgame? Where, if I can getting rid of the Comfy, I think would be huge. Losing, let's go for Earth Power. Let's just do the same thing. Kartana does have a neutral attack into Zekrom, so what I'm hoping is I can get rid of this Comfy this next turn, have Kartana live. Okay, so they're gonna Floral Healing. Yeah, getting rid of this thing is so important, because it can just heal up Zekrom all of the damage that I'm doing to it. So just taking it out, let's see. Okay, so that's a really big deal. That Comfy goes down. I am going to be able to get an Earth Power into it, and Kartana's back to neutral. Kartana has a Sash, so barring Rillaboom, I feel really good. And yeah, that damage is... Okay, so confirmed special. Kartana goes down to its Focus Sash. So, yeah, I mean, they're not going to be doing anything to me, but I'm also not doing anything to them in return. Rillaboom is what I'm worried about most, because then it can just Grassy Glide or Fake Out. But other than that, Kartana should outspeed their team, and then I can definitely get at least a neutral... Oh, so they're going to... Okay, Thundurus comes out. I think... I think double up onto Zekrom. Yeah, I think double up onto Zekrom, and then Stakataka. I'm hoping Stakataka can set up a Trick Room safely against Thundurus, where... Oh, okay. It is Define. It is not Define. It is Prankster Thundurus. That's a really big. That's tricky. You're gonna Rising Voltage into Kartana. Yep. That's tricky. Stack Attacker comes out. I think read into the Rock Slide. Does this Stack Attacker have any special defense? What is this Stack Attacker's investment? This Stack Attacker, it does have a special defense investment, which is nice. So let's see. Yeah, I'm running low on Earth Powers. I think still Earth Power into Zekrom and Rock Slide into. Do I expect Trick or do I expect Taunt? I feel like I expect Taunt. So I'm making. Oh, they're just straight. They're still going for Thunderwave. So Taunt actually, or not Taunt, Trick Room would have been huge. So now I'm in a little bit of a risky position. Earth Power into Stack Attacker. There is the Shuka Berry, which. Yeah, Taunt. Oh, wow. Even with the Shuka Berry, Stack Attacker goes down. And I think. Yeah, I mean, at this point, that should be game. What could happen? They do get a special defense drop. Is what now is they're kind of forced to. Oh, they still have something left in the back. Yeah, I mean, let's play it out. I think what's gonna have to happen is I'm gonna need to hit. Okay, so they are triggering my policy, and I mean, I have so much health, but I don't have a way to recover, which is a little bit scary because now I have to eat in their life orb. Wow, interesting. They're gonna hit me with Rising Voltage. Rising Voltage is going to. I live, so I need to not get paralyzed. Double connect with Blizzard, which doesn't happen. I don't hit either. Yeah, I mean, tough luck. I think Zekrom is just. It's such a hard matchup into this team, and I don't think there really is much I could have done against it. And I think like you're not going to win every match, but I mean that is just the way it happens. And certain restricted struggle for a reason and aren't popular, and this is one of the reasons why Lugia isn't seeing much play, is where it can tank some hits, but it really can't dish them out back, and you just kind of have to adapt to that. So yeah, rough start, but it happens, and let's just keep pressing on and move to the next game. All right, speaking of tough matchups, we have a pretty standard Sun team. Sun with Zacian. It is Grimmsnarl, Zacian with Charizard, Landorus, Torkoal, and Venusaur. Yeah, this is hard. I could Whimsicott Lugia. I think Whimsicott Lugia is. I think it's a good option. I mean, I can't touch Zacian. Yeah, I think Whimsicott Lugia, because then Lugia can max. I can hopefully Hailstorm onto what I expect is Venusaur maxing, or I could bring Moltres. Moltres. What do I do against? I feel like I need Stack Attacker for Zacian, and then I guess Moltres. Yeah, I mean, I probably should. I should have done Moltres lead, honestly, over Lugia, because now what happens is I risk the fact that if Venusaur doesn't max, it can go for a Sleep Powder into Lugia, and having one such a weak max already and having it asleep isn't really the ideal. Yeah, I need to trigger my this is actually not the scariest lead, because I can get a Blizzard into Landorus. Yeah, I think going for a Oh no, I can't taunt the Grimmsnarl. That's what makes this so difficult. I'm gonna just go for max Hailstorm into Landorus and go for a Tailwind. I think what... Yeah, they're probably gonna Light Screen... What, Light Screen Rockfall? Light Screen Rockfall is tricky. But I mean, this is good because it means my opponent most likely didn't bring Venusaur Charizard. Or not Venusaur Charizard, Venusaur Torkoal. They definitely have Zacian. I'm just trying to think what else they would have in the back. Okay, so it looks like they're not maxing. So whatever they have in the back next to Zacian, I'm guessing is going to max. So this is tricky. I mean, what? You're going to just try and avoid proccing Lugia as much as you can help it. What is tricky though is that Hail will break my multi-scale. So it puts me in a situation where now I will be taking more damage from moves, but at the same time I'm just trying to knock out this Landorus. And it's good to know that I am faster than Landorus, which I just saw because they did max. I didn't think they were going to. So we do get the Tailwind off, which, I mean, it's fine. Oh, Thunderwave into Lugia. Nice. Still fast. So I still am... Oh, it's a big paralysis. They're gonna Airstream into... Yeah, that was a huge... I mean, Whimsicott lives. So Whimsicott is faster. And I think... Yeah, that's so rough. I can't... I wish I could damage. I think just go for Dazzling Gleam and then... They're at 1. What do I have in the back? Stack Attacka. Yeah, I have to... This is risky. Hailstorm is hard because I am giving up... what's it called? I am potentially risking losing the speed battle. Wow, that did nothing on a Grimmsnarl. Okay, so I'm guessing this is going to go into Lugia. Yep, Lugia is a beast because of the multi-scale. So I have the weakness policy up. And so as long as I hit this Hailstorm, I feel like it should KO. Right? Into Landorus, it's at +2. It's times... Wow. This is a ×4 super effective hit into Landorus, and it doesn't... I mean, yeah, there is the light screen. Whimsicott hangs on with 1, which is relevant, because that means I am able to get off another hit with Whimsicott. So I think the play is to Dazzling Gleam and... Do I Airstream? I think Airstream the Grimmsnarl to try and take out whatever might come in. Or not to take out, to outspeed whatever comes in. Because I still do need to outspeed Zacian, which I know is in the back. Yeah, that's so unfortunate to know that Lugia just does such little damage. But I think without the screens, it still could have done a lot. So it is frustrating to get that first turn paralysis, and I mean, it makes sense why. Oh, wow. I thought that was going to do way more. Lugia still tanks it, and what's nice is that whatever I bring, I mean, that forces me to bring up Moltres. That forces me to bring up Moltres to go for... Okay, so Grimmsnarl is gone, which is nice. They're... What? Charizard? Charizard's not the worst here. I think... No, I don't really want to go for... Lugia is at +1 with Tailwind. I think Moltres can hopefully knock out this Landorus finally. And then I think just trying to, let's see, what do they bring in? If they bring out, so whatever they bring out, well, yeah, I have Tailwind up, so whatever they bring out is slower. So they have Venusaur in the back, which is really interesting. Did they not bring? No, they definitely brought Zacian. I thought, okay, so I thought I had another turn of Max. This is tricky now. Because now I'm playing with speed. I think still Fiery Wrath onto both. And then if I can hit Venusaur with an Aeroblast, that should take it out. But even then, like, this game is far from over. Because of the fact that even if this turn goes how I want it to, Zacian is just so scary. And like there is a reason it is the best restricted in the format, and my Lugia is paralyzed, and yeah, like there's so many tricky factors. Stack Attacka is gonna go after it, but unlike a lot of Stack Attackas, this one does have defense. Wow, I went first with Lugia. Aeroblast is a clean one shot, which is exciting, and I didn't get paralyzed. Moltres, yep, connects with that Fiery Wrath. And I don't see any reason why their last isn't going to be Zacian. And now is the question of, yeah, that's really scary. Tailwind petering out is scary. Oh, wow, they didn't bring it. I would have definitely brought Zacian. I think just Fiery Wrath into Charizard, Aeroblast into Charizard, and then yeah, I mean I shouldn't risk the Rock Slide. Wow, I mean Lugia takes it, so as long as Lugia hits, which it does, this should do enough for, okay, picks up, okay, critical hit. I don't think it mattered. I think Moltres would have been able to do the job. I think it wasn't the smartest choice to have not brought Zacian to that game. I think Zacian just offered so much firepower that my team can't handle it. I don't think anything on this team, other than maybe Lugia, can live a Behemoth Blade, but what my opponent brought wasn't doing much to make up for that. So interesting choice by my opponent. Maybe they were thinking about something I didn't know, but I mean, it worked out. So glad we were able to come back from that first one. And yeah, with that, let's just hop into the next one. All right, battle number 3, and it is Calyrex. This is a really scary team. It is Meowstic with Tapu Koko, Cradily, that, like I said, that Calyrex Ice, that Marowak, and Araquanid. So Meowstic definitely is their main Trick Room setter, and I'm trying to think if there's a way. I mean, Whimsicott has Taunt, so Whimsicott I think is really, really tempting into this. I like Whimsicott. Whimsicott, what? There are a lot of good things. I honestly might not bring Lugia because I like Stack Attacka. I like Kartana. I think these two are big. Lugia, I mean, it doesn't really do much. Raichu is also tempting. Araquanid, yeah. I'm gonna do Lugia with Kartana, Stack Attacka in the back. Right? Oh, yeah. I think Whimsicott's too important not to have because it can taunt, and denying them Trick Room is really the game plan. But if I lose that battle, I do need to have Stack Attacka to fight back. I know that Stack Attacka is slower than Calyrex. I forget if it's slower than Marowak. Marowak I know is like dirt slow. Okay, so they're gonna lead with Meowstic. I think then Taunt into the Meowstic, and then Earth Power into Tapu Koko. Right? I feel like that makes the most sense. They don't have a way to stop Taunt, so I think, yeah, Taunt here, and then Max Quake into Tapu Koko. This is really awkward. I'm not really the biggest. I'm not. I think it could be argued that it was a mistake to max Lugia. I think, no, because it really depends. I think I should have waited. Because now, I mean, I'm committing to such a weak damage option. Lugia doesn't really do much. And what I'm saying now is that if my opponent... Oh, I did not know. Oh, wow, very smart. Yeah, this is why I should have waited. Because now my Lugia is going to do even less. I'm going to barely dent. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it still did half. But now, now is the question of, does Meowstic even learn Trick Room? I should know this. I think... that's so tempting. I'm going to guard. Do I want to guard? I'm thinking if I guard, I can go for it this turn, guard, and then taunt Tapu Koko the next turn if I'm wrong, so I don't take his second Eerie Impulse, and that'll let me knock out the Koko. It does put me in the really bad position that I basically have wasted my max. Like, I'm using all 3 turns of my max to what? Deal with a support Pokemon? Okay, so this is... So they're going to bring out... Yep, there's Calyrex. I think going for the taunt onto the Meowstic is a good idea this turn. And then I can go for it the next turn onto... Or Meowstic can do my job for me. And I can just taunt into Calyrex to stop any ally switch shenanigans. So, Protect is tempting. I'm gonna Dazzling Gleam for chip. No, I think Protect Whimsicott, and then Airstream into Calyrex. It's gonna do nothing, but the point at the objective is just for chip. The hope is that I can do enough chip damage that whatever I bring in next will be able to finish off Calyrex. Okay, so they're gonna bring back Koko, which, I mean, I'm getting every little bit of chip counts. Protect onto Whimsicott. Let's see how much we can do. They're going... Yep, there's the Airstream. It's going to do probably nothing, yeah. So little damage. Okay, so if they trigger... Let's see, if they trigger the policy, though... Glacial Lance, which is great. This should... Because Lugia is maxed and... Yeah, Lugia takes that super well. And I think then I can taunt the Koko to prevent the Eerie Impulse. Oh, they are leftovers. Fascinating. Yeah, so let's taunt the Koko to stop the Eerie Impulse and just try and have Lugia deal some more damage. So let's do that, and then... I mean, Aeroblast is just my strongest hit. And if I can get a crit to go through and do extra damage, like, that would be ideal. So let's... I think there's arguments to be made for other moves. I could have... no, I think... Yeah, stopping this Koko, it looks like it's just trying to do a bunch of fast tricks. But we are faster because of the Tailwind. Yeah, can't Eerie Impulse, which is great. Glacial Lance, once again, coming out. And that's going to do... it should be a pretty sizable chunk. Whimsicott, and wow, I did not expect it to knock out Lugia. Ooh, this is bad. Because now... Yeah, they can one-shot... They can one-shot me with just whatever they want, really. So I am going to be relying on Kartana. I mean, Kartana is Sash, which is nice, but the issue is... Yeah, the issue is that Koko still exists. So if Coco goes for chip, I mean, do you expect the sash on Kartana? That's the thing. If my opponent, I can pick up the double. I feel like Gyro Ball should be able to knock out Coco. Coco is so fast. Yeah, I mean, you max the Calyrex. You don't even need to max Calyrex, honestly. Maxing would be silly, but the issue is then the merit is you risk living a hit from Kartana. Yeah, I don't know. I think this was the right play because of the fact that it is giving me the best. It is going to let me get damage onto. Okay, so they're going to discharge, which means wow, that did so much damage. And I got a paralysis. Oh, they got a paralysis. Oh, wow. I did not. Oh, wow. That's really good to know. So the paralysis went onto their Calyrex. Interesting. And so that triggers Kartana's Beast Boost. And then this will let me Gyro Ball them with Stack Attacka. And now they just have Meowstic in the back. Wow. Okay, this was... I just saw the paralysis and I didn't even... I forgot that discharge hits everyone and you run that risk. Wow, that's... I mean, it wouldn't have mattered because of the fact that Kartana still moves first. But yeah, I mean, if that had gone on to Stack Attacker, that really could have changed things because it did so much damage. And yep, here's that Meowstic. Oh, wait, they have two things left. They have Marowak. Ooh, that's really tricky now. Marowak doesn't have a spread move, and it hits like a tank. But I think this Stack Attacker has perfect speed. So I hopefully, yeah. So what I need Kartana to one-shot Meowstic, and I need Rock Slide to connect. Oh, I forgot they haven't maxed yet. Yeah, this should probably be game. Because yeah, the only chance it's not is if I can just I mean, I am max attack with Stack Attacker. So let's see. Okay, yep, no, that's game. Because you're gonna fake out into Stack Attacker even if Smart Strike knocks you out, which you're probably sashed. Oh, not even sashed. Yeah, and then I'm going to munch on a Sugar Berry, but it's not going to do anything. There's no way that I'm going to live, and I'm slower. As we just saw from the Sugar Berry, I mean, not from the Sugar Berry, from the fact that Stack Attacker didn't attack, I went last. So, doesn't matter. Yeah, and then, what, I can't even hit into that Marowak for decent damage. Yeah, I forgot they had their max left. Can I even do anything to it? Nope. No, yeah, I can't. I think just go for... What? I crit and does like 10%? Yeah, Marowak's so bulky. Let's just try it. There's no reason for them to ally switch. Yeah, they're just going to charm. My attack's going to go down, and then... I'm just curious how much... Oh, wow. Charm is 2 stages. Yep. Look at that damage. Oof. Oh, well. You can't win them all. I actually thought I had that in the bag. I totally forgot about Marowak, which is entirely my fault. And I think my opponent did play that really well and utilized their Pokemon efficiently and like figured out the right time to do damage, and that Tapu Koko just hit like a truck, which was so shocking. Do they have their team available? No. Okay. I think that's all for the day. I am doing the Nimbasa City Spring Open, and I did make it to the finals, which is really exciting. It is my first time ever doing a tournament like that, and to place with some really, really big names is incredible. And hopefully tomorrow's game can or not tomorrow's game, tomorrow's video can feature something from one of my games. It would be really cool to showcase a best of 3, which isn't something I've ever done before on this channel and not really something I'm comfortable with. So hopefully we can see that, but if not, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you in the next video.